Kannada.
No, we will not speak in Kannada.
North Indian beggars.
Why we will
You
speak in
people are
Kannada?
North Indian beggars. Why are come to Karnataka? This
okay.
is our land, okay? This is our land.
Okay.
This is our land, not
Okay.
your land.
Okay.
You have to speak in Kannada.
Okay.
Why should I speak in Hindi?
Okay, okay, okay.
Why should I speak in
Okay,
Hindi?
okay.
Now, here's something we really don't want to witness time and again in India, especially wherein we're trying to look at a narrative, we're trying to set a narrative, make sure that it meets its logical end as far as a united country is concerned. Let me open that up. Ratan Shah, the author, with us, along with the Kannada activist Srujan Deva. Mr. Deva, I want to first up begin by asking you and put it out in as many words, though we do see language wars reignited as far as this video is concerned. Can't quite say when this video goes back to, but the fact remains that this should be avoided at all costs. You know, there are two passengers who want to take a ride, who are sitting in that auto, and this man continues to highlight that they must speak with him in Kannada. Now, the fact that those two women may not know Kannada, what can one do in this kind of a situation? Why are we witnessing this kind of a scenario in our country today?
I think you answered the same question already, right? Are we not communicating in English? So the auto driver clearly spoke in English. So probably, you know, they could have spoken to him in English. He had already made an effort to learn another language outside of Kannada, right? So that's English already. He has learned the language which the passengers could have already spoken to him. But if they are insisting him to speak in a language which he is not aware of, which he is not sure of, I'm not sure how are we even blaming the auto driver there. Maybe, yes, of course, when one is pushed against the corner, yeah, of course, if you're frustrated, there are a couple of words that comes out. That doesn't mean that, you know, he's meaning that, or you should be taking it into the literal sense. You know, it's the outrage.
To put it simply, Mr. Srujan Deva, it breeds divide. It creates divide. We can't live by that norm, even in North India, that this is our land, we will stick to our rules, we will go by our language. That's the only point, simple point I'm trying to make. I'll come back to you. Stay on with us. Let me go across to our callers, because we've opened this up to our viewers as well. So viewers, feel free to call in and really share your point of view. We have Prabhakaran calling us from Bengaluru. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam. Please, if you listen the words correctly, please talk to me in Kannada. That is okay. It is mother tongue. But what the ladies are arguing is, why should we talk in Kannada? Okay, that is wrong. See, I visit normally North India. When I go, I speak in them with Hindi only. So why should I say, and why should I talk to in Hindi? So that is wrong.
Okay.
Do you agree with this?
Okay, so you're saying that the lady should have also not spoken back by saying that we will talk in Hindi, but I'm afraid we can't quite make out who is it that perhaps started this argument first, who is it that perhaps was trying to impose a particular language as far as this entire conversation is concerned. Thank you, Mr. Prabhakaran, for speaking to us. Before we go across to our next caller, I want to quickly take in a word from Mr. Ratan Sharda. Mr. Sharda, how do you look at the sequence?
Well, first of all, I don't like any kind of linguistic chauvinism. I know 5 languages. I'm ready to learn more as and when I go somewhere. If I have to stay there for some time, I would like to learn the local language. This language was this language, that language, this particular political tone which started from Tamil has spread. No language depends on somebody else's support. You don't need a linguistic support, person to insult other languages to become a great linguistic. So I don't agree either with that point or with the people who believe that being Kannada, speak Kannada. Similarly, a person, an auto driver who may not know any other language, and if he speaks certain language, even the lady who actually spoke that way, that why should I speak a language, that is also not correct.
Okay.
We are living in a multilingual
both the sides should have just stuck by English, because both were comfortable with English. Why was anybody trying to impose any particular language on the other, is what you're trying to say.
For example, I may not know Hindi, for example, but in a multilingual society, we have to adjust with each other.
Absolutely.
We have to learn languages.
So if the two parties are comfortable with English, they must stick to English. No one should try and impose either Hindi or Kannada onto the other. Stay on with us, Mr. Sharda. Let's quickly go across to Mr. Venkatesh calling us from Bengaluru. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. I've been living in Bangalore since 2008, okay, and I've learned a little bit of Kannada, not very fluent, but when I compare Kannadigas to the rest of the countries, the people here are very soft-spoken and docile and hospitable compared to most other places that I've been to. Now, this disease that you or Ratan Sharda ji said has rightfully spread from places like...
That may be the other. You may want to disagree or agree to what I'm saying, but thank you for speaking to us this afternoon. Let me go across